This is more of a digital diary, like episode 1, January. This is a digital diary. So this week started off productive, but slowly I just started to lose wind. I've got a lot of self-inflicted deadlines. I've got a lot of pressure that I've basically put on myself. But these are a lot of the things that people do not talk about when they are starting small businesses. They talk about all of the highs, the 10K months, the £1 million years. But the days where you're feeling foggy, you don't really know where to start, you have a lot of things to do, you have a mental list that goes on for over a mile, it starts to feel like you're pretty much alone. There's no one else going through the same thing as you, and you're just struggling in silence. But really, I know there are more people out there who are feeling like me. And this video is probably going to be all over the place, and it's probably not going to have any structure, and you might click off, and that is up to you. But this is definitely like a mental download. It's my diary for the week or for the month of how I'm feeling and where I'm at, because no one talks about that in between stage. The in between of you starting and you've got all of the energy and all of the ideas and you're like hyped for it, you're pumped for it, right? And then the taking it from ideation and idea to it being a real product or being a real service or being a real channel or content or whatever it is, and then you're literally like, there is so much to do to really get this off the ground. Like, I've created the service, I've created the product, I've created the blog post, I've done all of that. But to drive the traffic, to get everyone to really pay attention to what I've done, that is where the hard work is. And it's so difficult when you're in the first round of doing it. Like everything else, I'm sure once you've done it once, you can get yourself into a rhythm and into a system. But to get yourself started the first time and to do it well, bring in all the different systems, understand the different platforms, know what you need to do, learn SEO, edit, and all of those types of things, that's where I'm at. That's the murky middle that I'm in. And as much as ChatGPT has been my amazing co pilot, she can't get me through this bit. I need to do this bit myself. I need to figure out my systems, my SOPs. I need to figure out which platform I'm going to use, which free platform, how I'm going to connect things. And it's heavy. It's heavy because I feel like I'm doing it alone. I don't really know many people who, it like in real life, in real life, who's trying to create a digital products business. Like, I have all of the gurus online. We have all of the people telling us that yes, you can make your first product in a week. You can sell. You can make your first $1,000 or £1,000 in 2 months. You can build an Etsy store from nothing. You can use PLR. You can use MRR. But I haven't really met many people in the middle who are like, yep, I've got my product, I've got my website, trying to drive traffic. Like, no one's honest and open about it until after the fact. Like, after they've made that first sale, after they've made that first £1,000 month or $1,000 month. Everyone's open and honest about it then. But I needed a space to be open and honest about it whilst I'm doing it. One, to remind myself of what it was like when I first did it, so that if anyone ever comes to me, I can say, listen, you can just go back and watch where I was at mentally. It is not as easy as it seems. Or two, being a voice for those of us who are in that middle, in that murky middle, in that uncertain middle. Like, we don't know if it's going to work. We know that we have delusion. We know that we're excited for it. We know that sometimes we have drive and sometimes we're just like, this is a lot. But we're in the middle and we're trying to push through. We're trying to make it to the other side. Some of us are not going to shout loud about it online either, saying, oh, I've made my first 10K month or I've made my first 1,000. But we want to get there. For whatever reason, financial freedom, to supplement income, to help family members, to save for children or homes, is for whatever reason. But I wanted to be that voice for those of us who are there. So it's not just the products, the digital products that I'm struggling with. It's the content. Because the content, the creative, the content, that's a whole different ballpark. And these are two things that I'm realizing I love. But they are definitely a lot, to say the least. They are a lot. They are a lot. But like I said, like, the work, it brings me joy. Like, it does. I've never done anything where when I do it, time just passes so quickly. And that's why I know that this is my calling, this is my thing, this is where I need to be, even recording, editing these videos. But I don't have solutions. I don't have any solutions. And actually, I'm really hoping that the solutions will come from the 1 to 2 people who make it through the first minute. I'm really hoping that some solutions can come from the average person, like the person who's actually going through it right now and is like, yeah, I felt like that literally a few weeks ago. This is what I did. Because I can have as many conversations as I want with ChatGPT. It's not the same as having that conversation with someone who's actually going through it. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers and I don't really get many comments on my videos, but I created this channel not just to create a personal brand, but to find a community of people who I could support, but also could support me. So if you have any ideas of what I could do for my mental clutter, or what you've done to declutter mentally whilst building potentially, or if you're even in the same rut and you're like, listen, I feel stuck as well, like, please comment, because this isn't a I talk at you, I am the guru, I know all of the information, like I know all of the answers. That's not what I'm building this channel for. Like, I'm building it to be like, dude, I'm on this journey. These are some of the things that I'm going through. These are some of the solutions. These are some of my products if you want to use them and they are a solution to you. But also, what are you up to? What are you doing? Like, how can we build each other up and share advice? It's reciprocal. So I don't really have any tips. This is not a 5 tips type of video. So I'm not going to over edit this. I'm not going to make this cutesy. I'm not going to add in clips and B-roll and images. I don't care. I'm not doing that today. This is a digital diary. You are joining me in my January funk and me trying to declutter my mind. That is what you're joining me in. And I hope you decide to stay. From the analytics of my other videos, people cannot stay longer than a minute. And I hear it. I hear it. The algorithm does what the algorithm does, and people's attention spans are what they are. I cannot force you, but I tell you what I can do. I can make the video so that it's just there in the content ether. And whenever you need it, whenever you come across it, there it is. Whoever it's for. We will get there, guys. I believe we will. By God's grace, we will get there. But it's a journey. And hopefully more people will jump on the internet, on the YouTubes, and start talking about that in-between journey. Not once they've made it, not the guru antics, not the tips, tricks, and masterminds, classes, and I know how to do it exactly. And all of that content has its place and space. But I do think there is a space for the journey, that authentic, messy middle, where you can literally be like, yeah, girl, I see you. Also, I would love to do some co-working, even if it's like online co-working with people. Because doing it alone, like, even though when you're co-working, you're sitting in silence, just being able to share like ideas, systems, platforms, things that are working for you now, not have worked, but are actually working for you now on this same level, yeah, would be great. But that's just a side note. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to put it down there. There's nothing else to say, because if I say anything else, I would just be rambling. So I will see you in my next one.